This meeting is being live streamed. You don't like that? Then sit in the back. I get to use my blue-eyed, blonde-haired lineage in a threatening manner. Trust me, I don't enjoy it. You know, my dad was one of the first white pianists to enter the soulful jazz world in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And you know, it was Miles Davis, who a lot of people will say is racist, but he's not. He was a funny guy, and I met him many times. And you know, it was really Miles who pulled him into his band, and because of that, my dad got tons of discrimination, but the other way, of course. And didn't matter, you know. I mean, it didn't matter to Miles. It was never about the color of your fucking skin. It was about how amazing you are. And so I come from a world where you know, we were the fish out of water. I just, you know, I don't think that way. I prefer not even to use racist terms. I prefer not, like, you know, if somebody says black, I would prefer to just say, like, that doesn't, I don't know what that means. Like, what are you talking about? I just don't want, I refuse to see like that, you know? So, but anyway, that's a deeper subject. It's a deep subject. It's a deep subject, and we don't have the time for it. Let's focus on the market. But my point was, don't get me wrong. That's basically it. I can say racist shit. I can say racist. I can make racist words come out of my mouth. But in my case, that doesn't make me a racist. So, and everybody can think what they want, and they can not take the time to give a shit and just label a person a racist. But if a person isn't a racist, you can't make them racist. If a person isn't a racist, you can't make them racist no matter what comes out of their mouth. If they aren't, then it's not there. And there's maybe something else there. Maybe it's comedy. Maybe it's social commentary. Maybe it's, what do they call that? Like in art, when you are kind of like making, instigating something. What do they call it in art? Provocative. Maybe you're a provocateur. If you're not a racist, you can't make somebody a racist if they're not a racist. Doesn't matter what they say or do. Well, it does matter what they do, I suppose. But yeah, you know what I mean? So anyway, I may walk the line sometimes and play with it and toy with it and be funny and stuff. But I know myself, and I know how I see the world, and I know how I like people. Yeah, it's not about that ever. If anything, it's about whether or not you're an asshole. Like George Carlin said, you know, maybe we can abolish racism. You know, then we can actually hate people for who they really are, who they truly are. Yeah, that'd be great, huh? Yeah, he was. All right, we're watching the market. We've got about 10 minutes, 9 minutes. What do we have? 9 minutes until 10 minutes until the market opens. And we had some economic data this morning. We had retail sales numbers coming at 1.3%. I think it's okay. It says it's the strongest increase in 8 months after a flat reading last month, beating market forecasts of a 1% expected gain. So 1.3% instead of 1%. I could just blast through this a little bit. Sales at motor vehicle dealers were up 1.3%. Supply chain constraints have been easing. Rising gas costs push sales at gas stations 4.1% higher. I don't know how that works out. Gasoline and autos, if you exclude gas and autos, retail sales were up 0.9%. If you exclude gas and autos. Other increases were seen for food and drinking places, so food and beverage, 1.6%, furniture, building materials. Retail sales aren't adjusted for inflation. I don't know how that affects anything. On the other hand, sales were down for electronics, sporting goods, hobby, musical, and books. That sounds like all luxury items, so that's not necessarily good for growth. They're saying gas and autos were up. So in other words, demand for the shit you absolutely need is up at the expense of demand for the stuff that everybody wants you to have that you don't need and that they hope that you buy, and people aren't having it. So I don't know if that's necessarily a good report. October data pointed to resilient consumer spending. Bullshit. Despite high inflation and rising borrowing costs hitting consumer demand. And I bet when you factor in inflation, it's not that good. Looks like the market is reacting negatively to the information. And so there you have it. That's what we have going on this morning. Initial reaction was negative. Then we went positive to grab some liquidity. We're back down at the bottom, grab some liquidity. We're all over the map. We might be just ranging for a while, perhaps. We'll have to see when the market opens. And then in the Momo market, we've got GMBL, which really scraggly. The volume is spotty, and it's definitely an under $1 penny stock. But GMBL up from about 12 cents yesterday to about 17 cents now. It's about 50% increase. Grab, we're also watching after earnings, went from $3 to $3.60, so a little bit of a minor jump there. LIZI, probably on earnings. LIZI popped to 87 cents, sub $1 penny stock again, but it has been fading all morning. So it's like earning result, and then no one's really going and running with it. Apple, slightly fading. No, it's just a DWAC pulled back to about 24.27. Trump announcing he's going to run for 2024. Doesn't seem to have affected DWAC much, not yet anyway. We'll see when the market opens. We also got, let's see, oil down to 85, but let me see what the overall trend is on that. No, it's pretty much hanging solid. No, that's gold. Gold is hanging solid at 1760-ish. And then oil, there it is over there. Okay. Oil's kind of pegging lows. A little bit of a downtrend at about $85, roughly. All right. So let's see how this market trades here. Autos are up because inventory is coming back up in. Autos are up because inventory is coming back in. Okay. I mean, you know, just remember that that's supply. But if it's being met with demand, good. You know, it's enticing the consumer. Oh, and also, let's take a look at the market for a second here on the larger chart. Today, we are likely to seek yesterday's lows. That is the direction the algo is probably going to be going in. So just look at yesterday's low and figure that's where we're heading. I'm going to have to lighten up here in a second on this position I've got, which was long, specifically for that reason. We have 4 minutes and 30 seconds before the market opens. And once we do break those lows, that does set into motion a full 3 to 5 day decline on the market. We still might end up positive this week on the weekly, but then on the daily, that puts us into a precarious spot on the weekly and next week. All right, I'm going to have to cut that position. Wait for the open. What time is it here? I mean, well, why? Because it's so dark in my office. I can get some more light on my face, maybe. Right now it is 9:26 Eastern Standard Time. Not necessarily where I am, but we go by New York time when we talk about the market. Yeah, your time, Kelly. All right, we've got 3 minutes until the market opens. And again, I do believe we're going to be seeking lows. I kind of expected us to go grab liquidity from London's highs, though. So it is interesting that we're just going low. I think that might reverse. And we'll go grab some highs at some point here. Meantime, I'll stay out of the way of the train on the open. And yesterday's lows on NQ are 11,763 roughly. And on the Qs, I don't have that low nearby on my screen. Let's pull it up really quick. Okay, we're talking about 286. We're already at 287. So, we're roughly close to them. Too close. That's why I think we're going to go seek some liquidity from up high first. I'm probably going to risk a long down here and then snowball it to the top a little bit if I can. But I'm going to keep it on a short leash and build that up only if it starts working. Cut it here and there. All right, so we will have a low seeking market for the next 5 days. That is likely. That's what you should sort of have as a larger picture bias going on. In other words, you should probably be finding shorts on pullbacks that go up. Next, 2 to 5 days, depending on how it continues to work out. All right, we've got the market opening in just a couple seconds here. Initial drop at the open. right? I'm going to get in long right there. And if it doesn't work out, I'll cut on the other side. Starting to work out, but we'll see. Volatility is high at the open. New low, I'll add right there. Drops a whole leg, I'll cut. Catching a falling knife. It's a precision balancing act at the open. Don't do this. Do as I say, not as I do. DXY indicating bullish potential, not fully bullish. Bullish, it's on the precipice, setting up to be bullish. About to say crack bullish, I guess you could say. Maybe. I'm just looking for us to test the pre-market highs, which are not too far away. And that's where I will chuck everything. The market. You pick your ticker: SPY, QQQ, NQ, ES, SPX. Target price long or short? Yeah, I'm not watching Target. There definitely could be a play there. Probably short from what I heard, but it could be a gap fill type of situation. Okay, we just broke to the upside. That's kind of action I want to see. Weak selling, which means stronger buying. Sell side weakness, which I want to see. As we make our way pre-market highs, at least to this top pivot right here. You see that pretty clearly defined. Chris says, no, wait on TGT. I don't know what's up with TGT, with Target. Apple's putting in bullish patterns at the open. Still may need to lighten up my risk. Ending here. And how are these momos playing out? FSRD is moving from about 15 cents to about 17 cents. So there's definitely some return happening on FSRD. Also, Gamble, GMBL is starting to move to the upside, getting to about 17 cents after hitting a low around 16 cents. Has some potential in Grab, a big dip, but a full recovery. If it can get over 365, that could potentially be an entry on Grab. DXY did not, the dollar rather, did not make that bullish break. So I may be de-risking here in a moment. I'd like to catch the bottom before we go test highs, but you know, we might not be there yet. De-risking can be right at those moments that it capitulates. As you know, FSRD hitting 18 cents now. Grab did not get to that 365 level. That would have been an entrance at 365, but no, it is pulling back to 343. MMTLP continues to push, had a great day yesterday. Entrance was the day before for us on our alert. DWAC pulling back, DWAC back. The dollar does not indicate that we're going up right now. Take that $15 positive on that position and run with it and close it out, close out my risk. And at a loss on this system over here. And we got to wait for this bottom to get put in. There might not be a bottom. We might go on the low hunt in the morning here. Certainly broke trend line strength. There goes FSRD. All right. Hopefully you guys are getting some position in FSRD. You knew to be watching it. And it's not up to me to trade it. That's your decision. I'm not going to tell you what's good and what's not, because I don't know. I wouldn't even recommend anybody trade unless they know what they're doing. So that decision has to be yours. And then how you manage your trade, I wouldn't get, if you knew about yourself that you can't manage a trade, then you should know about yourself that you should not get in no matter what anybody tells you to do. Because it is ultimately your decision. Your trades are your responsibility, not mine. But that said, FSRD, for those of you who do trade, know that the pre-market breakout was at 15.5 cents, and it's now at 20 cents. That's a huge gain. And it's still going. FSRD. If you try to trade based on what I tell you, you're always going to be behind anyway. And you can't day trade like that. You simply can't. We watch these together. We understand them together. But if you want to trade them, you've got to get in your own cockpit, not mine. I'm just the coach sitting in the control center. Want to be on the rocket? You got to go sit in it. You got to go sit in your own rocket. Another sideways morning. You want direction. I think there's a lot of long opportunity here. Not a lot, but there's some retracement here of about, on the NQ, of about 50 points. So scalp. But also we will seek lows. And I want to double check again. Where is that? Yesterday's low was 11,761. That's right here. So, I mean, we're almost at that low, but we could blast through it. It doesn't act as support necessarily. It's just that's the direction that we're going to seek liquidity at. Yesterday's lows. That's really actually when all hell breaks loose, because that will be a first prior candle low break in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, a week and a half. So right here, it's so close. Got somebody at the door. Hold on. I'll be right back. Michelle, check if there's any empty bottles in this closet, Michelle. All right. What did I miss? Water guys here. Water bottle dude. There's that drop. And kind of manipulative. I expect it will not stop until we get to that purple line and a little bit lower even. Yes. This is the next region where I'll attempt to go long. But again, I think we release the Kraken when we break through that purple line. As well sell a contract while we're heading towards it. Probably hard to see, but we're getting really close to it. A lot of lines there. Purple one. This may not be the moment. About timing. Take that contract off at a $3 loss. That's fine. And just wait it out. Got a bit of a rejection, a bit of a bounce. And we have this imbalance up above. The market might be seeking, and there's just not enough risk reward down below here. The long today, if we can catch this bottom, the long will be beautiful, even just for a 50% retrace. How low we go and how excruciating the drawdowns are during any kind of a low seek. You know, there we are, purple break, purple break. Let's go back to the momentums. Gamble crapping out. FSRD hit 22 cents. You'd be selling at every penny there, underneath every penny level. At 20, 21, 22. And you're still in that trade, should still be in that trade if you're in it. There's really no real stop right now other than your break even and taking profits along the way. I got to double check this. This market is really oversold. Yeah, that is correct. Wow, it is really oversold. I mean, really ripe for a bull run. But why hasn't it started yet? Because we probably have more liquidity to mop up all the way to this red line here. I will attempt to catch another falling knife in a moment here. Light, anyway. I'll start the position light. Taking some there on trend line break, but I do believe that we maybe have some more room to grab some more price down low. But as trend line break, there might be some reversal action going on now. This would be a shelf reversal right here if we break that white line right there. Shelf, there we go. But let's see if it can sustain it. And then absolutely, of course, if we can get above this line level up into that imbalance area, we might just slide right across that. We'll either reject at it or we'll slide right at profit, right across it. Freudian slip. FSRD hit 23 cents and is now at 22 cents. That's still in play. FSRD, hottest stock of the day. FSRD is up 120% on the day. Yep, there it goes. It might not look back too much. Possibly I could get some further position right here if I act quickly. Okay, and somehow it did give me that. I don't think it actually filled where I wanted it to there. Okay, we'll see where this goes. We have twice as many decliners, 2.5 times almost as many decliners as we have incliners today. So there's a lot of bearish pressure on the market right now. Yeah, shorts are all flexing now. Yeah, so true. I'm going to take a little bit off right there to de-risk because the action's a little sketchy. And not everything is set up in our favor. Still in light, long. If we can get a little bit of follow through from the dollar, it would help. There it is. There's some follow through from the dollar. Well, yes, trading is a full-time job due to analysis. Yeah, even swing trading, should be accompanied by a lot of analysis. The dollar's still pushing, so this is looking good. There we go. Extra into that. Dollar can follow through. That'd be great. Nope. Ooh, what a whip fest that was. But the dollar is moving up. We've reached the fuckery part of the market. This must be where VWAP is. I mean, this is the, there's some kind of inflection going on here. There's an algo fight. But the dollar seems to be rising. So I think the the bulls are going to win this. But it's quite the fight. I'll take a piece off underneath this congestion area if we hit it. Which is basically 11,800. It's going to be a long day, folks. I can see that. But once we do catch some direction, it's going to pay. It's just there's a lot of small movements. There's a lot of small movements right now. I mean, you're not really looking at much. It feels like a lot, but it's not. It's not that exciting of a day. We have things turning around and turning bearish. That's basically what makes this day interesting. And because of that, it's just chop. It's a lot of chop. What's up with Gamble? I think it faded. Let me see. Gamble broke down. As far as the kind of Momo trades that we do, Gamble broke down. It's not a good qualifier at this point. And FSRD created a sell pivot at 19.5. And then you block the number. Nah, it doesn't. Makes you a nationalist, I guess. Okay, the dollar is weakening, so I'm going to go ahead and exit. Add a profit on my different systems here. Take that risk off the table. Don't be in risking when things are risky. You want to risk when things are certain, not when things are risky. Because risking when things are risky is like deciding to take a 50-50 bet on a coin that is more risky than 50-50, such as a nickel. Everybody know that a nickel is 55% heads? Because the head weighs more. Or tails, whatever it is, because the head weighs more. All right, so I'm getting out of the way of these trains until some kind of a direction picks up. It's going to be a bit of a boring fight, it looks like. So thanks to everybody for tuning in for the morning stream. That's the way this day is shaping up so far. Again, it's pretty much bearish outlook. You should definitely cut your positions that were swing positions or hedge them while you wait this out. And then, we're going to find a bottom in maybe next Wednesday, something like that. It looks like that's my forecast. Cool. So see you back in the Discord. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And FSRD, that's where it still is at. Stop is 19.5 on FSRD now. It got raised up. All right. Have a good morning, everybody.